try to even the series against the Padres. We welcome you back to the On Deck Show, built by Menards. As we get closer to that first pitch, let's take a look at tonight's starting lineups. Presented by Wisconsin Infrastructure. Investment now. Supporting Wisconsin's critical infrastructure. Visit WIIN at wisconsininfrastructure.com. The Brewers facing the veteran, former L.A. Dodger Walker Buehler with these 9 for Pat Murphy. Big news for the leadoff batter. Bryce Terang is starting at shortstop for the first time since 2023, his rookie season. He is again in that leadoff spot, though, and Jackson Chourio red hot batting second, playing left. Garrett Mitchell moves up to the 3-hole here tonight and plays center field, and Jake Bowers will be in the cleanup spot playing first. William Contreras, after he batted 6th for the first time ever with the Brewers last night, moves up 1. He'll hit 5th for this one and do the catching. And Christian Yelich also up a spot on the card to number 6, and he'll be the DH coming off of a big home run last night. Luis Lara's playing right field yet again. He'll bat 7th. David Hamilton's back to third base for this one, and he's hitting 8th. And for the first time with the Brewers, Ji-Hwan Bae gets a start. He is the number 9 batter, and he'll play second base. And they all face Walker Buehler. Meanwhile, it's going to be Kyle Harrison, who turns 25 tomorrow, trying to give himself an early birthday present against these 9 for the red-hot Padres. Fernando Tatis Jr. again in the leadoff spot. Tatis is the right fielder. Luis Rengifo, the Brewer for the first 3 months of the season, he is batting second. He'll be the DH. Manny Machado is batting third and playing third. And coming off of a home run last night, first baseman Ty France again in the cleanup spot. Speaking of home runs, how about what Jackson Merrill has done of late? Homers in 3 straight games, including the game winner yesterday. He bats 5th again and plays center field. The newcomer to the Padres, Austin Hayes, who spent most of this year in the White Sox organization. He'll make his first start with San Diego, batting 6th and playing left. Luis Campusano does the catching and hits 7th. Then Xander Bogaerts, the veteran shortstop, gets his first start of the series, batting 8th. Jake Cronenworth is down to the 9 spot, playing second for the Friars against Kyle Harrison. Tonight's umpires, presented by Cannon and Dunphy. Malachi Moore is behind home plate. The crew chief, Alfonso Marquez, has first, with Mike Estabrook second, and Lance Barrett third. Cannon and Dunphy, Milwaukee's premier personal injury attorneys, with over $1 billion recovered. They're your advocates for justice, no matter the size of your case. Cannon and Dunphy, experience, results, justice. We're getting closer to getting it going. Lane Grindle has more of the On Deck Show, built by Menards, when we come back after these quick words. You're listening to the Brewers Radio Network.
Rev up your rewards at the pump with the Club Citgo app. Join today and enter for the chance to win big with members-only sweepstakes, plus everyday savings that stack automatically. Start with 20 cents off per gallon on your first fill-up and save 25 cents per gallon on your first 4 purchases with Plus Pay. Hit Premier status and unlock even more. So what are you waiting for? Download the Club Citgo app today and you're good to go. Savings good up to 30 gallons only at participating locations. Data rates may apply.
As America celebrates its 250th birthday this summer, we at Cedar Crest are celebrating too. It's been 50 years since the first scoop of delicious Cedar Crest ice cream was served. We'd have been serving it up back in 1776 too if we could have just figured out how to keep it cold. All of our product is produced in small batches and slowly pasteurized to produce the flavorful, creamy texture we all know and love. We still use only fresh, local Wisconsin cream. Cedar Crest, a family business born and raised in Wisconsin. Look for it at your local grocer.
I'm Dr. Ryan Dodge, and I'm a Wisconsin Dental Association member dentist because I want my patients to know that I'm committed to providing them with the highest level of ethical dental care. As a member dentist, we all ascribe to the American Dental Association's Code of Ethics and promise to practice it each day in our offices.
Choose a Wisconsin Dental Association member for the care your smile deserves. Find a dentist near you at WDA.org.
Milwaukee Brewers baseball is being brought to you by American Family Insurance. Miller Lite.
Wow, that pitch is hammered. Oh, my goodness. It is on to the street. Teoscar Hernandez leaves Wrigley Field.
443 feet, 111 miles an hour. I mean, he hit this into the night. We talk about when you get the ball up in left field and it's leaving. Everything else has been right around the net and left.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the ultimate mystery player challenge, and Immaculate Grid, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play, only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
To see all this excitement around what I love to do growing up, it's crazy.
What's your favorite thing about this whole event so far?
The fusion of sports, entertainment, and cards.
That's awesome.
Because to me, cards have always been entertainment, and they're getting their just dessert now.
I'm going to throw out a restaurant kitchen term to you, and then hit me with the baseball one. I'll start first.
Okay.
Mise en place.
Oh, mise en place. That is, as the chef, you put all your different ingredients out kind of before you start cooking, right?
You got it, man. Yeah. That's the most important
That's a tough one. I hear this one a lot because of my name, can of corn.
Easy fly ball.
Left center, Profar sprints over. Oh, he lost it. It looked like it was going to be a really good play for Jersey Profar. He did not see that ball. He didn't even come close to it.
These interactions between De La Cruz and Tito Francona have been priceless.
Come on, man. Okay, got it there. Yes, indeed.
And the ball wasn't the only thing that landed in the basket.
What in the world happened out there to Jung-Hoo Lee? That's wild. I mean, you don't see that in the big leagues.
So Rockies is really like where my major league career really took off. You know, it was a special time in my life, 7 years with the team. And this jersey in particular, 2018 postseason patch on it here. So I've always kept all these jerseys with the patch on them because that's what it's all about, is getting to the playoffs and trying to win the championship. You know, the black jersey with the cutoff, not a lot of teams rock the cutoff anymore, but this is a jersey we wore all the time in Colorado.
Game one of that series, home runs for the Cubs. Pete Crow Armstrong's 27th, Seiya Suzuki's 20th, and Alex Bregman's 13th. Again, the Cubs up 8-6. Batting in the ninth inning. If they hold on and win, they would move back within 4.5 games of first place, where the Brewers exist at the top spot in the Central Division. Third place team, the Cardinals, locked up in a pitcher's duel against the Phillies at Busch tonight. No score in the seventh. Christopher Sanchez, 6 scoreless innings for the Phillies. And out after 6 scoreless innings for the Redbirds was Andre Palante. Phillies won the opener of that series last night. Pirates, they lost again. Paul Skeens took another defeat. They were shut out by the Marlins, and Eury Perez 2-0 tonight in the opener of the series. Pittsburgh's now lost 14 of its last 19 ball games. More coming up later on, but we are ready to roll with the game, fans. That's brought to you by Boucher Automotive Group. Start your journey with confidence. We ride with you every mile. Visit Boucher.com. Brewers and Padres, and Milwaukee trying to even this series up. To call the action, here's Lane Grindle.
All right, thank you very much, Josh. This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Milwaukee Brewers Baseball Club and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Milwaukee Brewers Baseball Club. Our quick trip around the bases tonight is presented by Old Wisconsin. Tonight's contestant in the quick trip around the bases contest is Alex DeCoster. If the Brewers score in the first inning, Alex will win a $100 quick trip gift card, compliments of Quick Trip and Old Wisconsin. Bryce Terang to lead things off for the Brewers, getting the start at shortstop tonight. His first start at that position since 2023, and Buehler's first pitch missed inside. And it's 1 ball and no strikes. Got underway on time, 6:40 West Coast time here tonight in San Diego. 77 beautiful degrees in SoCal. Here's a liner to left, going back a few steps is Austin Hayes. In just his second game as a Padre, makes the catch, and there's one away. Bryce put a good swing on it the other way. Left the bat at 102. It was a middle fastball. But Hayes, playing him deep, was able to go back a couple of steps and collect the baseball for the first out. Now here's Jackson Chourio. First pitch of Brewers baseball brought to you by Carbliss, premium cocktails in a can. Buehler out of the windup. And the first pitch to Jackson missed high. It's 1-0. Stop at your local retailer and stock up for the game, or for your next tailgate. Carbliss, less is more. Chourio up to 280 now with his season average. And a fly ball to right. This is playable. Coming in a few steps is Fernando Tatis Jr. Drifts underneath, makes the catch. And 2 quick outs for the Brewers. Buehler has been very efficient so far. Just 4 pitches for Walker Buehler and 2 away. This is not how many of his starts have gone in terms of efficiency, and efficiency early. He lasted just 4 innings in his last start against the Diamondbacks through 76 pitches. Did give up just the 1 run. It's been a tough go of it for Buehler really since the calendar flipped to July. Here's Garrett Mitchell, and he takes the first pitch changeup away. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Garrett's average down to 253. He's hit 8 home runs and driven in 50. 0 for 3 in last night's contest. Buehler out of the windup in the 1-0 pitch. That caught the outside edge with a slider, and it's 1-1. Buehler, of course, longtime Dodger. He was an all-star twice there. The pitch fouled back and into the net, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Finished in the top 10 of the Cy Young twice while he was a Dodger. Last year in LA was 2024. He really struggled with some health issues the last couple of years in Los Angeles. Here's the 1-2, and Mitchell took inside. The count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Found his way to Boston last year. Had a rough season with the Red Sox. Ended up finishing the year in Philadelphia and pitched well in a handful of outings for the Phillies. 2-2 pitch is high, and the count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And now with San Diego this year, he has made 23 starts, so he has been available, which has been better than some of his recent years, but the production hasn't been great so far for Buehler. 3-2 to Mitchell is a tapper over the head of Buehler. Going to be a tough play. Charging it is Cronenworth, the second baseman. Throw to first is not in time. Garrett Mitchell hustling up that line. We've seen him steal some base hits the last couple of weeks with hustle plays just like that one. So it's a 2-out single for Mitchell. And for Garrett, he'll take hits any way he can get them right now. He's hit into plenty of tough luck over the last couple of weeks. He is aboard for Jake Bauers, who's hitting cleanup today. Cleanup inning home damage with Loyal Family, located in Muskego, serving southeastern Wisconsin and across the state. Buehler's first offering to Bauers is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Don't let the out-of-towners handle it. Call locally owned Loyal Family Renovations for a free inspection today. Bauers 1 for 2 lifetime against Buehler with a homer. The 0-1, and Bauers took outside with a curveball. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Brewers with a runner at first and 2 down here, top of the first inning. Padres won game 1 last night 3-2. Buehler kicks and delivers the 1-1, and this is driven out to center. Merrill's back at the track, 1 step in front of the wall. He reaches up and makes the catch. cutter at the bottom of the zone. Bowers put a great swing on it, and the ballpark just held it.
The Seattle Mariners have officially found their groove, riding the wave of an amazing run that started in May and has them sailing in June.
And the Mariners sweep the A's.
The secret to their recent success? Power at the plate and dominance on the mound.
Swung on and missed, got him.
The rotation, led by Emerson Hancock, Brian Wu, and Logan Gilbert, has been absolutely electric, shutting down opposing lineups. And while all-star backstop Cal Raleigh remains sidelined, a surge of offensive power has arrived.
A rainmaker to left field. Julio with a bang.
Julio Rodriguez is on fire and flexing his marquee muscle. Throw a locked-in Randy Arozarena and a red-hot Luke Raley into the mix, and you got a lineup firing on all cylinders. Thanks to the run of victories to kick off the summer, Seattle has cruised to the top of the AL West and has the Pacific Northwest rocking. The American League is officially on notice. The Mariners are a problem.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Who understand insurance. If your home has storm damage or roof issues, call Loyo Family Renovations for a free inspection today. We treat each client like family and each home as if it were our own. LoyoFamilyRenovations.com.
The first inning is brought to you by Lakeland University. A leader in evening and online education, Lakeland University offers flexibility designed for working adults. Earn a degree your way.
We go to the bottom of the first inning here at Petco Park in San Diego. It is a scoreless baseball game so far. Brewers stranded a runner in the top of the first inning, and Kyle Harrison, 9-2 on the year with a 2.84 ERA, making his 19th start of the year. The California native brings home the first pitch to Fernando Tatis Jr., and he missed inside. It's 1-0. Tatis hitting .280, 11 home runs, 54 driven in on the year. And the pitch is up and away. 2 balls and no strikes on Tatis. 0 for 4 last night for Tatis. Harrison kicks and delivers the 2-0. That got the inside corner. 2 balls and 1 strike. Umpires tonight: Alfonso Marquez is the crew chief at first base. Harrison's 2-1 pitch is lined right to the glove of Bryce Terang, who's playing shortstop tonight. Bryce makes the catch, and there's 1 away. And that'll get Luis Rengifo to the plate. Mike Estabrook is the second base umpire. Lance Barrett at third base, and Malachi Moore has home plate. Padres with their white with the brown pinstripes look, trimmed in kind of a mustard yellow, I guess would be. I think we have this conversation every time. Here's a pop-up into shallow right field. Long run for Lara. He'll call everybody off and reach up and make the catch nearing the line. And Rengifo's gone on 1 pitch. And there's 2 quick outs for Harrison here in the first, and that'll get Manny Machado to the plate. Brewers baseball being brought to you by Miller Lite, the original light beer with great taste and only 96 calories. It's Miller time. What do we call that yellow, Josh? Just yellow?
I know I've gotten the answer before.
I feel like we're revisiting a common question when the Brewers play the Padres. Well, their road unis, too, are unique. Pitch is up and away to Machado. 1 ball and no strikes. And so I know we've looked at what that color is, too, that kind of gray look that they have on the road occasionally. Same for the Nationals. 1-0 pitch. That is in there for a strike on the slurve. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Maybe a goldenrod. The yellow that the Padres sport in their unique combination. The pitch is up and away, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Brewers have the powder blues with the navy numerals, and theirs is a traditional yellow. The gray pants. 2-1 is a ground ball through the right side and into right field. It's a base hit for Manny Machado. Machado's aboard, so just like the Brewers in the top half of the first inning, the Padres get a 2-out single. And now here's Ty France, who we have talked a lot about Jackson Merrill and how hot he is. Ty France has been plenty warm himself. He homered last night, went 2 for 3. His average is up to 291, 17 home runs, and 51 driven in on the year for Ty France. Harrison's first offering is a sky-high pop-up. Jake Bowers, the first baseman, drifting into foul territory behind the bag, makes the catch, and the inning is over. So the Padres get a 2-out single. They strand Manny Machado at first. We've played 1 in San Diego. No score.
What is it that kind of got you hooked as a foodie, so to speak?
My dad was really into food when I was a kid. He traveled for work and he would go to places all over Europe and stuff. He was in sales, and I feel like he would come home and try and cook the things he ate overseas. And so as a kid, I was exposed to a lot of like stuff that kids aren't usually exposed to, and so I credit my dad for that.
It is a 1933 Gaudi Babe Ruth card. It is 8.5 PSA. It's graded higher than the one in the Smithsonian.
This card at one point came with a pack or a stick of chewing gum.
This card actually is almost a century old. It was bought for a penny.
So the fact that just the heritage of a card like this is now coming up almost 90 years later into an auction, it's a pretty special moment.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
We go to the top of the second inning. William Contreras to lead things off for the Brewers. Walker Buehler needed 13 pitches to get himself through the first inning. Both teams up there pretty aggressive through the first inning against the opposing starting pitcher. Harrison threw just 10 pitches and faced 4 batters in the bottom of the first. So here is Contreras against Buehler. First offering is a little high with a sinker at 95. And it's 1-0. Two of the hotter teams in baseball here this week in the Padres and the Brewers. 1-0 pitch. That is low. And it's 2 balls and no strikes. Cubs game has gone final. They held on and beat the Nationals 8-6. Buehler's pitch. That is in there for a strike on the outside edge. And it's 2-1. Contreras hitting .263, 11 home runs. He's driven in 59. 0 for 2 in last night's game. Buehler's pitch. That's down and away with the cutter. 3 balls and 1 strike. Been a struggle for the last month plus for Contreras. Trying to get himself going at the plate. 3-1 and a pop-up. This one into shallow right. It's going to be the second baseman Cronenworth going out onto the grass to make the catch. And there's one away in the Brewers half of the second. And that'll get Yelich to the plate, who homered in his first at-bat last night. A clean ride is always a win. Stop by Tsunami Express Car Wash before or after the tailgate to keep your car fresh. Tsunami Express Car Wash, the official car wash of the Milwaukee Brewers. Yellie's homer last night, his 8th of the season. First offering to him is a strike on the outside edge, and it's 0-1. Padres defensively, Hayes in left, Merrill in center, Tatis in right. Machado's at third. Bogarts gets the start at short. 0-1, a swing and a miss at a cutter. And it's 0-2. Cronenworth, we just told you about at second base. France at first, and Campusano is the catcher. 0-2 pitch. That's down and in. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Yelich 2 for 3 in his career against Buehler. Kind of surprising he hasn't seen him more over the years, as long as Buehler's been pitching now. Swung on and fouled back into the net. And it'll stay at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Buehler debuted all the way back in 2017. Still feels like he should be considered a young pitcher because he was a pup when he first came up with the Dodgers at the age of 22. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out with a changeup. Yelich down on strikes. That's the first strikeout for Buehler. And there's 2 away now for Luis Lara. Buehler's 23 starts, matching the 23 that he made, or 23 games that he appeared in last year. He made 22 starts a season ago, so he's beyond that mark now in 2026. I should correct myself. Now we got a pitch clock violation assessed to Buehler. So it's 1 ball and no strikes on Lara. He made 23 appearances, 22 starts with the Red Sox. 26 appearances, 24 starts last year in total. If you add in the 3 that he made with the Phillies. The 1-0, Lara squaring to bunt, takes low. It's 2 balls and no strikes. So he is not past his starts from a year ago, and he's not past his total innings from a year ago yet. 2-0, a half swing and a miss. And Malachi Moore will deem that Lara swung. 2 balls and 1 strike. That was a cutter down and in from Buehler. 2 outs and nobody on here, top of the second inning. Buehler out of the stretch. The 2-1. That just missed. Maybe a touch tall, maybe a touch inside. It was definitely in. So the count goes to 3-1. He got in the 3-1 count with Contreras, and Contreras popped it up. The pitch, chopper to second base. Cronenworth gets around it. Easy toss to first, takes care of Lara, and the Brewers go down in order in the top of the second. To the bottom of 2 we go. 0-0 ball game on the Brewers Radio Network.
You've got to be very careful where you're going because you might not get there. But how exactly can you go from a yogi to a king to perfectos, the old professor, and pint talk? Find out on Hall of Fame Connections.
Yogi Berra was an 18-time All-Star and 10-time World Series champion.
This is the only perfect game in World Series history. You ask him about it, and he would say, it ain't been done before, and it ain't been done since.
David Wells was perfect on May 17, 1998, Beanie Baby Day.
It's not the pitcher that's calling the game, it's the catcher calling what pitch to throw.
The rule was, can't be more than 18 inches of pine tar. Home plate is 17 inches wide. And so he said, well, if it's more than an inch, and it was a lot more than an inch, then it's an illegal bat.
They might be going to call George Brett out.
Well, he is. He's out.
Yes,
Brett is out. Look at this. Keep it down a little, will you, please?
Okay, Yogi.
Casey Stengel and the other touring ball players met the King of England.
Of course, with my English, we had a little trouble understanding each other.
As Yogi said, when you come to a fork in the road, take it. Catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv and discover your own connections to the game at baseballhall.org.
It is a 0-0 ball game as we go to the bottom of the second inning. Jackson Merrill will lead things off for San Diego. Had the big 2-run home run in last night's game that flipped the game and eventually won the game for the Padres. Harrison's first pitch to him is right through there for a strike on a fastball. And it's 0-1. Merrill's up to 244 now with 19 home runs, 61 driven in. He's homered in 3 consecutive games. The 0-1. That is up and away the fastball at 94, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Austin Hayes in the on-deck circle for San Diego. Slurve missed high. 2 balls and 1 strike the count here on Merrill. Merrill got off to a sluggish start this year, but boy, has he come alive over the last 3 weeks or so. The 2-1 pitch is a liner into center. That's down for a hit. Fastball at 93. And it was on the outside edge, and Merrill with that great extension able to get the bat to it. 11-game on-base streak now for Jackson Merrill. And the leadoff man is aboard for San Diego. And before Hayes hits, 10 for ID on the Brewers Radio Network. Josh Mauer and Kent Sommerfeld. Lane Grindle with you here this evening from San Diego. And first pitch swinging for Austin Hayes, and he lines one into left. It's down for a hit. Merrill stops at second. And Austin Hayes, boy, he has introduced himself kindly to these Friar faithful. Homered as a pinch hitter in his first game with San Diego on Sunday. They signed him that morning. He did not play last night. Gets into the starting lineup here today. His first start as a Padre, and he lines the ball to left for a base hit. So the first 2 have reached against Harrison here in the second inning, and here's Campusano. Harrison's first pitch to him is a ground ball to third. Played by Hamilton, goes to second, touches the bag rather at third, then goes to second, and Ji-Hwan Bae didn't squeeze the baseball, so the Brewers will not get 2 out of it. Hamilton fielded that ball maybe 2 steps away from the third base bag. If it's a better throw and if Bay's able to catch that, there's a chance to turn 3 there.
There's a great chance to turn 3. I looked at where Luis Campusano, the batter, was.
He's the right guy.
Yeah, he was still 5 or 6 steps away from first.
So instead, first and second and 1 away. And now here's Xander Bogaerts. Harrison brings home the pitch. Missed inside. It's 1-0. Now, the throw wasn't the best throw from Hamilton. Bay had to stretch a little bit to go get it. Still probably should have caught it. And the Brewers should have at least gotten 2 out of that. They had a chance at a triple play, though. The 1-0 pitch. And that caught the outside edge with a slurve. It is 1-1 on Bogaerts. This will be a fielder's choice for Campusano. Still a path out of this inning, though, for Kyle Harrison. The 1-1 is popped up. Foul territory. Bowers tracking it. Still tracking it. Nearing the wall. Makes the catch in foul territory for the second out. Nice job tracking that ball by Bowers. Wasn't sure if the ballpark was going to keep it in play. And it did just stay in play, maybe a step away from the seats. And now it'll be the 9-hitter, Jake Cronenworth. So you got a lefty-lefty matchup here for Harrison, trying to get out of trouble after the first 2 singled against him here in this bottom of the second. First offering is bunted up the third baseline. It's a very good bunt, but it just rolls foul before Hamilton picks it up. And everybody has to go back. If it stays fair, it's probably a base hit for Cronenworth. But Hamilton saw the spin on it. It fell off that lip, and the minute it went foul, he picked it up. So now, no balls and 1 strike to count here on Cronenworth. August and September mean crunch time for pennant races. It also means you've got 2 months of great grilling before summer fades into fall. Don't miss a single day of grilling. Enjoy brats, franks, Polish, Italians, whatever your favorites might be with U-Zingers. You're going to enjoy every single bite. No balls and 1 strike on Cronenworth, who gets a little bit of time before he gets back into the box after running on that bunt attempt. And he tries to bunt again, pulls the bat back, and takes a strike on the outside edge. It's 0-2. Harrison, a guy that accumulates a lot of strikeouts, 111 on the season coming into tonight. In just 88 2/3 innings, but he has not recorded a strikeout tonight. He'd like to take care of Cronenworth right here with Tatis, the right-handed hitter, in the on-deck circle. Here's the pitch, and he missed a little high with a fastball at 96. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Harrison looks in. And the 1-2 pitch. Bounced it in the dirt. Good block by Contreras. Count levels at 2-2. Cronenworth hitting just .217 on the year. He went 1 for 4 in last night's game. Had a base hit back in the first inning of last night's contest. Harrison's 2-2 pitch. Swing and a foul tip, but it popped out of the glove of Contreras. And Cronenworth stays alive. Almost squeezed that one, did William. But it just popped out at the last second. And the battle will continue. 14 pitch innings so far for Harrison after just a 10 pitch first inning. 2-2. And a liner down the left field line. It's a fair ball. It'll hit the sidewall and kick into left. 1 run is going to score. Here comes the throw to second. Cronenworth is in there with an RBI double. Hayes scores from second. Camposano ends up at third. It's an RBI double for Jake Cronenworth, and the Padres take a 1-0 lead. Sinker at 94. It was at the bottom of the zone. He wanted it down maybe just a little bit more. And Cronenworth just kept it fair up the left field line. And now you deal with Tatis with 2 outs but runners at second and third. Game of inches at times with that fair ball down the line. First offering to Tatis is a strike with a fastball at 95, and it's 0-1.
And a game of inches with Bay not catching that throw at second.
Yep.
That probably should have been a double play.
And even the foul tip that wasn't held on to, which is the hardest of the things we're talking about. A 1. That is in there for a strike with a fastball at 94. And it's 0-2. And again, just going back to that, the ball that Camposano hit, I think that's a triple play if the Brewers field that cleanly. 0-2 pitch. That is high. It's 1-2.
Yeah, and that worst.
Fielded it by the bag, stepped on the bag. And worst case scenario, Brewers should have gotten 2 out of it, Josh.
Yep. My thoughts exactly.
1-2 here on Tatis. Harrison's pitch. Missed down and in with a slurve. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And now Harrison's throwing some pitches in this inning. Still in decent shape. This will just be the 30th pitch of the game for him. So it'll be his 20th pitch of this inning. And you got the crowd here at Petco Park engaged. Tatis 0 for 1 tonight. The pitch missed high, and the count goes full. It's 3-2. Tatis 0 for 5 in this series so far. Harrison set just above the belt. And the 3-2 pitch swung on and fouled back into the net. Tatis stays alive. He got a fastball at 95. Outer part of the plate, and he fouled it straight back. These two teams will wrap up this series tomorrow afternoon, and then the Brewers head just a little bit north to Los Angeles. 3-2. And that one's fouled out of play. First base side. The battle continues. 7 pitches so far. Fastballs and slurves. Would he dare try to execute a changeup and see if he can get some chase? 3-2 pitch. And a called third strike on a fastball on the inside edge. It's challenged by Tatis.
Challenging the call of strike.
And this is going to be ball 4. It would appear, looking at our data. So Tatis will earn the walk, and the bases are loaded for Luis Rengifo. Challenge is brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't play games, just straightforward pricing, premium quality, and trusted Pella certified installation. Visit PellaWI.com today. Chris Hook is out there for a Potawatomi Sportsbook trip to the mound to talk with Harrison and Contreras. Wall-to-wall screens, elite dining, over 95 kiosks. It's a fan's dream. Potawatomi Sportsbook, become a legend. So you face your old teammate Luis Rengifo here with the bases loaded and 2 outs. You know, Rengifo's probably motivated for this at bat. He went 0 for 2 last night against the Crew. Switch hitters who hits from the right side against Harrison. Popped up to right field back in the first. 0 for 1 tonight. The pitch is inside. Fastball at 93. Didn't miss by much, but it missed. And it's 1-0. It's become a lengthy inning for Kyle Harrison here in the bottom of the second. 1 run is in. He's trying to keep it at just that. 1-0 pitch is a fly ball to left. Going back is Churio at the track wall. It's gone. Luis Rengifo hits a grand slam, and the Padres lead at 5-0. Fastball, middle at 94. Rengifo just his 3rd home run of the season. And it's a big crooked number for the Padres here in the bottom of the second. And again, really none of this should have happened. Brewers very easily could have been out of this inning. But instead, 5 runs have come across, all with 2 outs. And Brewers are going to have to get their offense going against Walker Buehler if they want to have a shot tonight. Here's Manny Machado. Slurve missed down and in. It's 1-0. This Padres team, we told you, they're hot right now. They're playing some of the best baseball in the major leagues. They have one of the hottest offenses in baseball. That grand slam, by the way, the first of the career of Luis Rengifo. Here's a changeup in there for a strike on Machado. It's 1-1. One pitch. That missed low. Going to be challenged by Contreras.
Catcher is challenging to call the ball.
I think he's going to win this one. It's very close at the very bottom of the zone. And boom.
Call's overturned. Milwaukee has 2 challenges remaining.
Challenge is brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. So 1 ball and 2 strikes on Machado, who is the 8th batter of this inning for San Diego. Here's the pitch. And a liner into right. That's down for a base hit for Manny Machado. Very similar to his swing in the first inning. Lines one into right, and the Padres will send their 9th batter of the inning to the plate. The Brewers might have to start thinking about action in the bullpen. This next pitch is going to be number 30 for Harrison. This is just an unfortunate inning when you go back and dissect it. So here's Ty France, who led off, or rather popped up to end the first inning. Harrison's pitch is a strike on the inside edge, and it's 0-1. .40 pitches so far on the night now for Harrison. The 0-1. That missed outside of the changeup. 1 ball and 1 strike. The count here on Ty France. 5-0 San Diego in the bottom of the second. Harrison's 1-1. Swing and a miss. Went after a changeup down low. And it's 1-2. They are starting to lean into that changeup a little bit more over the last couple of batters. Harrison comes set just above the belt. The 1-2 pitch. Missed down and in with a slurve. And the count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, He has faced 13 batters now. He has yet to record a strikeout. That's just not what you normally see from Kyle Harrison. Not that he hasn't had a few outings where the strikeouts were down and he was still really effective, because he did. Here's a bouncer to third. Big hop for Hamilton. Pats the glove, fires across in time, and takes care of France. And the inning is over. But a 5-run second for the Padres. They lead at 5-0 as we head to the third on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
When you've been seriously... All your favorite games from MLB Play are back. Bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Santiago and the plate umpire Joe West waiting. And West is saying, throw the ball. So Joe's putting a little heat on Mondesi. Look at this. How do you like that? Strike. And he hadn't come up to the plate yet. Oh, here comes Lasorda. And Joe West, Cowboy Joe West, has just lassoed Raul Mondesi.
A lot of baseball fans have some familiarity with the T206 American Tobacco card set. Of course, features the famous Hannes Wagner card. What we have here are 3 cards from the lesser-known T205 set, which really was a successor to T206. T206 came out in 1909. These 3 cards, as part of the T205 set, came out in 1911.
We go to the third inning here in San Diego. The Padres out to a 5-0 lead. And stepping into the play-by-play, here's Josh Mauer.
Thank you, Lane. So all 5 runs scored with 2 out. Looked like Harrison had a great chance to get out of that inning when it was single to start it. But then he got the next 2 batters out. But after he got ahead of Jake Cronenworth, couldn't put him away. Cronenworth with that opposite field RBI double. Then a walk on a close 3-2 pitch to Fernando Tatis Jr. So that loaded the bases. And of all people, Luis Rengifo hit a grand slam. And that made it 5-0. So instead of getting out of it, 5 runs scored, and the Padres have the big advantage here tonight. It's going to be 8-9-1 in the order against Walker Buehler in the third. It's David Hamilton batting. The count is now 1-2 as he takes an 0-2 inside from Buehler. Hamilton, then Ji-Hwan Bae and Bryce Turang-Du. The 1-2 pitch. Chop to first. Should be easy here for Ty France. Oh, the ball hits the bag, and then it pops out of the glove of France, and Hamilton beats him there by the time the pitcher picked it up. What a piece of fortune for David Hamilton. One of the most routine grounders you'll ever see. Hits the base, and the first baseman can't make the play. Whoa, and you got to score to hit.
And we always say the ball doesn't come with a joystick. It kind of felt like it did there.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Just popped softly right off the bag. France was standing behind the base waiting for it to roll into his glove, but it never did. Now Ji-Hwan Bae will bat. First pitch. He'll try to bunt. He doesn't get the bunt down, but the catcher, Campusano, doesn't catch it, and it goes to the backstop. And so Hamilton will advance up to second base on a pass ball. It's going to be a strike, I believe, because Ji-Hwan Bae was trying to bunt, just bunted through it. Yeah, that is ruled a swinging strike. But a pass ball, runner at second, nobody out. Ji-Hwan Bae's first start as a Brewer. Squares again, bunts the ball that might have hit him had he not bunted it, and it rolls foul up the third baseline, and it's 0-2. And Bae got shaken up trying to bunt that ball. I don't know if it hit his hand. Yeah, I think it did. I think it hit his hand, which was still attached to the bat.
He had his fingers all the way around the bat instead of behind the bat.
That pitch was so far inside from Walker Buehler, it would have hit him in the ribs had he not bunted the baseball. But he did bunt it, and it rolled foul up the third baseline. Now, of course, even if it hit his hand, doesn't matter because your hand is attached to the bat. It's a foul ball. Athletic trainer Brad Epstein, while we were talking, came out to look at him, but G1 says he's okay, and he's back in there. Runner at second, nobody out. 5-0 Padres in the third. 0-2 pitch is fouled off. Got a piece of a cutter that was elevated. G1 did come in that Twins game on Sunday, kind of out of necessity, and he had a bunt base hit. Also had a sacrifice. He's 1 for 1 as a Brewer. The 0-2 again. Came inside, and that time it hit him. And Buehler plunks G1 Bay with a cut fastball to put runners on at first and second and nobody out.
Well, this is how the Padres' big inning started, with the first two reaching.
This was an interesting way to get two men on base. A ground ball softly hit that hit the first base bag. And then an 0-2 hit by pitch from a guy that was up there trying to sacrifice initially. All hit batters brought to you by Habish and Rotier. Injured in a car accident, the right call is Habish, with 13 offices across the state. They're the hometown firm Wisconsinites trust. Habish and Rotier, national reputation, hometown service. A Potawatomi Sportsbook trip to the mound from the catcher Campusano here. You know, Buehler had that long wait in the dugout in between innings as the Padres scored 5. And he looks rusty. Now the top of the order, Bryce Terang. First pitch is outside on a changeup. First and second, nobody out. Bryce lined to left to begin the ballgame. Brewers trying to start chipping away at this 5-run deficit. The 1-0 pitch is chopped very softly. Another play for the first baseman. He'll need the help of the pitcher Buehler. France fields and underhands it to Walker in time to beat Terang to the bag. That'll serve the purpose of a sacrifice, essentially, though. It goes 3-1 on your scorecard. But Hamilton advances to third and G1 Bay up to second.
Yeah, and you're playing from behind right now, but anything helps. You don't have to get all 5 back here in the third. You got plenty of time left in this game, but it would go a long way to get a couple back right here.
Infield will stay back for the Padres as Jackson Churio bats. Runners on at second and third. And the pitch. Ground ball hit to short. That'll play to run, but an easy play for Xander Bogaerts. Fields and throws out Churio. Scoring is Hamilton, and over to third goes G1 Bay. The Brewers trail 5-1 on an RBI ground out by Jackson Churio. Didn't hit it very hard. It was right at Xander Bogaerts. Veteran made the play. Good base running too by Bay. Saw how softly that was hit, so he knew he could advance from second to third. Runner 90 feet away with 2 out as Garrett Mitchell comes up. Buehler's pitch is grounded foul up the third baseline. Yeah, and if the Brewers are held to just 1 run after you had the first 2 reach, that'll be a win for Buehler. So this is a big chance for Garrett Mitchell to try to capitalize on with 2 out in the inning. He reached on an infield hit his first time. The 0-1. Ground ball to second base. Worm burner for Jake Cronenworth, who's got it. Throws out Mitchell, and the inning is over. It was a promising start for the Brewers, but a frustrating end. They only get the 1 run. Third inning brought to you by Citgo. Whether you're crossing the state line or just going cross town, Club Citgo can see.
Here's Austin Riley.
Riley deep out to left center. It's at the track. It's at the wall. It's in the seats.
2-run homer, Austin Riley, as he swings the wood hard and pounds one over the left field wall. 3-0 Braves.
I thought that was going to go. That went even further than I thought it was going to go.
He crushed it.
He did.
433 feet, almost 107 off the bat. Had to feel good for Austin. Got that single last time, right? And this time, you like the matchup he had there.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
Make sure that you're in tip-top shape the moment the playoffs start.
Brewers 360 is sponsored by Outdoor Living Unlimited, Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Cannon and Dunphy, and Ridgetop Exteriors.
Tri-City National Bank is proud to support your hometown team, and our bankers can help you achieve your financial dream. Tri-City National Bank, your hometown bank.
Padres have hit Kyle Harrison very hard through the first couple of innings, and now they send up their hottest hitter, Jackson Merrill, who lifts one high in the air to center in the first pitch in the bottom of the third, but playable. Garrett Mitchell in a few steps to make the catch, and a one-pitch out for Harrison on Merrill, who had singled to start that 5-run rally last inning. Padres ultimately sent 9 to the plate. Luis Rengifo hit a grand slam, and it's 5-1 now. San Diego Brewers just got a run in the top of the third. And now you've got Austin Hayes and Luis Campusano due up. Harrison could use a quick inning, and the pitch is down low. Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee has major wins on deck. Here comes the 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. Play with your rewards card for a shot at cash, reward play, and new Toyotas. Visit Potawatomi.com for details. Time for a safe driving tip from Schneider and their professional truck drivers. As the 1-1 is chopped to third. It should be easy for Hamilton. Fields the second hop coming in, makes a wide throw, but Bowers, first baseman, coming into the runner, makes the catch and holds the base with his foot for the out. Saves Hamilton, and that's 2 out in the inning. Safe driving tip, I promised you. Schneider and their professional truck drivers tell you that distracted driving puts everyone at risk. Stay focused and drive safely. 2 out, 5-1 Padres, and here's Luis Campusano. Almost hit into a triple play last inning. Takes outside ball 1. First and second, nobody out. Ground ball to third, right next to the bag. Ended up being just a fielder's choice. Brewers only got 1 out. It's the most important play of the game, in my opinion. It takes low on a changeup, and it's 2-0. When the game is on the line, the Brewers rely on their elite bullpen. When your oral health is on the line, rely on a WDA member dentist. Ball 3 outside, 3-0. To find a WDA dentist near you, go to WDA.org. Campusano officially 0 for 1. And the 3-0 pitch is way high and outside. Second walk issued by Harrison, and it's not going to be the quick inning that he was hoping for. A 2-out free pass, and Xander Bogaerts will come to the plate with a man on. Kyle's velocity is down pretty significantly from what we saw against the Pirates last week. Fastball sitting about 93. That's where that one was. Bogaerts popped foul to the first baseman last inning. He's 0 for 1. Didn't play last night. The pitch inside corner with that slurve for a strike. Harrison's going to celebrate his birthday tomorrow. He turned 25. He's still a young pup. 5-1 Padres. Then now the 0-1 pitch. Down and in on that slurve to Xander Bogaerts. You just keep thinking about that. Could have been triple play and probably should have been double play ball that Campusano hit. How different this game would look had it been turned. And now here's a line drive base hit to left by Bogaerts on a hop in front of Churio. Stopping at second is Campusano. Xander Bogaerts has his first hit. That's 7 for the Padres. 2 on, 2 out, and here comes the man who had a big RBI hit in a very similar situation last inning. Jake Cronenworth. It was an RBI double that opened the scoring. Lefty versus lefty. The sun is just beginning to set over San Diego. It's a gorgeous Tuesday night. Glad you're with us. Cronenworth tips a high, hard one foul into the catcher's mitt. Couldn't catch up to that. 93 on the gun, and it's 0-1. They sell out, or at least they announce a sellout, just about every home game they have at Petco Park these days. 0-1 pitch. Down and away, 1-1. Including last night on a Monday, they announced over 40,000. Probably more people actually in the ballpark tonight, by my eyes. The Padres playing great baseball. 1-1. Slurve over the outside corner to Cronenworth for a called strike. 1-2. Padres, if they win one of the final 2 games of this series, it'd be 6 straight unbeaten series. They've played their way into the wild card race. 1-2 coming. Down and away. Slurve, it's 2-2. In fact, the Phillies just lost. Cardinals beat them as we drive around the league. Presented by Construction Business Group, Wisconsin operating engineers and trusted contractors building Wisconsin together. It was St. Louis 2 late runs to beat Philadelphia 2-0. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Elevated fastball. Got it up to 94, and he struck him out. And that retires the side, and a 0 put up by Harrison. That's his first ortho ASAP strikeout of the night. Don't strike out, get back to the active.
Steve Hamilton pitching. Oh, there's the volley floater, and it falls back. And listen to the crowd. And he says, all right, maybe I'll do it again. Yeah, here it is. Look at it. And he fouled it again. And Munson takes the catch. And Tony Hawk throws his hands in the air. And listen to this crowd go wild.
Sometimes baseball can play hard to get.
Man, that's tough luck.
Look at that thing. I mean, that is at least a silver medal.
He airmailed this would be the understatement of the year.
Trying to get him a 3rd home run and 10 RBIs.
Kind of stumbling and a bumbling and couldn't hold on.
EK made an awesome catch. You would have been so proud.
DOMO having a laugh over there. Ortiz went flying into that bag.
Funny things happened on the way to the All-Star break.
But other times, it's like a match made in heaven.
Well-balanced, alert teamwork.
Going out, Cole Everson with a leap, and he makes the catch.
Reeled in on a diving grab by Green.
Man alive, what a dive. Watson charging hard, dives and made the catch. Out on a spectacular play.
Like a kid on a slip and slide on July 4th. Give that man a popsicle. And Varsho makes the catch.
How about that?
Baseball. Statewide.
It is up and it's good!
This is the Brewers Radio Network.
Jake Bauers to greet Walker Buehler here in the 4th inning of the first pitch. Outside, ball 1. It is 5-1 San Diego. You got 4, 5, and 6 on the lineup card coming up, though, against the veteran right-hander. Bauers, then Contreras, and Yelich. The 1-0. Hit foul. Off the end of the bat a bit. Left field side and up into the seats. 1-1. Jake has the best contact for a Brewer thus far tonight. Flew out just about to the center field fence to end the first. Thought maybe he had a 2-run homer. 1-1. Popped him up. Third base and playable for Manny Machado. Drifting back right on the edge of the dirt and the grass. He makes the catch. Boy, Buehler, who has not been pitching very well the last month and a half coming in, he has been great thus far tonight. He's only given up 2 hits, and they're each slow infield singles. Then working with a 4-run lead. William Contreras popped up his first time. Carbless is a proud partner of the Brewers. Premium ready-to-drink cocktails. Pitch to Contreras is outside. 0 carbs, 0 sugar, 0 gluten. Find it at the ballpark or at your local retailer. Carbless, less is more. And the windup, the 1-0. Down and away, it's 2-0. Last time that the Brewers faced Walker Buehler was a couple of years ago when he was still with the Dodgers. It's actually only his 4th career start in the regular season against Milwaukee. 2-0 pitch, check swing, but the ball hits Williams' bat, squibs foul up the first baseline, 2-1. His ERA, his previous 7 starts, that began in the beginning of July, 8.31. The 2-1. Fouled on the right side and drifting out of play. It's 2-2. But again, very good thus far tonight. A lot of ball game left. We're only in the 4th. Got 1 run in the 3rd. Brewers trying to keep pecking away. The 2-2. Contreras takes down and away. It's a full count. We were driving around the league. I told you that the Cardinals shut out the Phillies. Beat the Philadelphia bullpen after Christopher Sanchez had 6 scoreless. 2-0 the final there to even that series at 1 win apiece. The Cubs, they got a win in Washington. 3-2 coming. It's down and in, ball 4. And there's a 1-out base runner for the Crew here in the 4th. William Contreras. I think really good sign is that here this week in San Diego, he's starting to take his walks. Had a couple of them last night. One against Mason Miller in the 9th inning. That's impressive enough. He gets one here. Let's put a runner aboard in front of Christian Yelich. 1 out, 5-1 Padres. Yelich struck out his first time. Walks presented by Ortho ASAP. The pitch inside to Yelich. When pain can't wait, walk right into Ortho ASAP. Same day access to specialists. Start healing faster at orthowisconsin.com. Contreras takes his lead from first, and now the 1-0. Yelich takes it at the knees. 95 with sink. 1-1. So the Cubs win. Final score 8-6. Beating the Nationals. The 2 highest scoring teams in baseball. No surprise. It was a slugfest. Buehler sets outside the chest in the 1-1. Outside. Corner. Called a strike. Yelich didn't necessarily agree with it. Didn't challenge it. It would have been a strike had he. 1-2. Cubs got homers from PCA, Seiya Suzuki, and Alex Bregman. Now the 1-2. Yelich takes in the dirt with a change. Good pick by the catcher Campusano, and it's 2-2. So right now the Cubs are 7-1 since the trade deadline. And if the Brewers cannot come back tonight, it's going to be a 4-game lead in the division. And after that Chicago win, 2-2 pitch. Inside, did he swing? They appeal. He did not. And a cutter, and Yelich has worked the full count. One out in the inning, and Luis Lara in the on-deck circle for the Brewers. Buehler has his sign from Luis Campusano. Runner holds 3-2. Chopped foul softly on a slider. Yelich pulls it to the first base on-deck circle, and will do it again. France is holding on. Contreras. Now the pitch line to short. Caught by Bogaerts. Throws back to first. And it hits Contreras. Otherwise he would have been doubled off. But it rolls away from France. Line out by Yelich. Bogaerts, the shortstop, positioned perfectly near the bag to catch him. And it would have been, probably should have been a double play. Bogaerts made that throw right into the base runner trying to get back to first base. Hit him in the leg. There's a break for Milwaukee. 2 outs and a man at first, and Luis Lara coming to the plate. Contreras didn't have a chance to advance. Now the pitch to Lara is over the inside corner with a cutter for strike 1 from Walker Buehler. The ball just didn't roll far enough away from Ty France. Lara grounded to second base a couple of innings ago. It's 5-1 Padres in the 4th. And the pitch up and in, 1-1. Dodgers have taken a 1-0 lead over the Royals in the 3rd, just north of here. The pitch inside corner, 1-2. Another cutter from Walker Buehler. That's Blake Snell's return off the injured list. First time in 3 months that he's pitched for Los Angeles. So they had Skubal go last night, Snell tonight against the Royals. Runner at first and 2 out. Buehler is set, the 1-2. Inside, good take there by Lara, that was close. Buehler hitting 95 on the radar gun. Count even though on Luis, the rookie, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Buehler is ready, 2-2. Got him looking over the inside corner. 96 pinks with a sinker, and just the second strikeout for Walker Buehler. It freezes Luis Lara, and the inning is over. A walk, but nothing further. We go to the bottom of the 4th. San Diego a 5-1 lead on the Brewers radio network.
It's a 5-man umpiring crew here today, and this young superstar is in the stands.
And did their feet get tangled up? Yes, so Hoppy tripped, or he might have caught that ball.
There's a fastball. There's a flying bat. It's a high car. And that ball is off the ladder. It's actually off the ladder. You never see that.
Haggerty is on with an infield hit. A little tumble behind the mound. Hat fell off. That was awesome. I mean, you just don't see that.
We have an animal on the field. Skunk City.
Oh, nobody is going near it. Look at that.
Killer skunk.
Going into the dugout. That'll empty that dugout in a hurry. Look at him go. And the cameraman. Oh, the cameraman to go.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
We go to the bottom of the 4th. Kyle Harrison continues 5-1 San Diego. Retired veterans. You can turn to Network Health for affordable and reliable health plans tailored to meet your needs. Find the coverage you need and health plan experience you want with Network Health. Learn more at networkhealth.com/veterans. Top of the order, Fernando Tatis Jr. And it'll be the grand slam hitter, Luis Rengifo. Tatis flied it deep right, way back. This is a no doubt about it shot opposite field. Goodbye. Home run, Fernando Tatis Jr. Now, a couple of long balls for the Padres tonight. They lead at 6-1 in the 4th. It was a slow start to the season power-wise for Tatis, but now that's his 12th of this season. That was a changeup up, and he hit it out to right field. So 5-run lead restored for the Padres. They try to win a 4th game in a row. Pitch to Luis Rengifo at the top of the zone for a strike. Hit that grand slam with 2 out in the 2nd inning. He takes outside on a slurve 1-1. Brewers are asking Harrison to just give him as many innings as he can tonight. He's up over 60 pitches. Wind up the 1-1. Chopped very softly foul up the 3rd baseline. Rengifo played 57 games with the Brewers this season before they cut him loose. He was released in June, and he had 0 home runs in those 57 games. Go figure.
Yeah.
And then he hits a grand slam tonight against Harrison. It's just one of those things, you know, baseball. So base is clear, nobody out, and a fly ball is hit to center, shallow this time and playable. Garrett Mitchell saunters in, looks up into the setting sky and makes a one-handed catch. There's the first out.
I don't mean this as a slight to Luis Rengifo, but it feels like the 4 RBIs he gets on the Grand Slam are about as many RBIs as he had with the Brewers, too. He just never really got going with the Crew.
No, I think that's fair. I mean, it's not being critical. It's just an accurate observation. Yeah. Manny Machado has 2 sharp singles. He swings and flies one to right. Playable for Luis Lara. Going over to his left and in front of the track. Makes the catch. Machado retired for the first time, and that's 2 out. And that'll bring up Ty France.
And Josh, the Brewers made that move today, bringing Bryce Wilson back, DFAing Lyon Richardson. You might have thought, well, Richardson did okay last night, didn't throw a ton of pitches, and you get Kyle Harrison going tonight. This is why you make some of the moves you make, because you need to have coverage regardless.
Ty France swings through a slurve, and it's 0-1.
You can't assume anything. You got to plan for worst-case scenarios, too, and having Bryce Wilson on the roster tonight is going to benefit the Brewers potentially.
And now the pitch is over the outside corner to France. It's 0-2. Ty France has not gotten into the fun. He's 0 for 2. Yeah, I think Bryce Wilson's probably going to play a part in this game.
Yeah, you would think there's a decent chance.
0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. A slurve strikes at France, who slams his bat and now helmeted in frustration. Just the second ortho ASAP strikeout for Harrison. Fernando Tatis Jr. with a home run to lead off.
Hank Greenberg helped popularize the first baseman's mitt, holding a massive 13-inch pocketed glove. That was quickly banned, reducing the maximum size to 12 inches. Paul Richards also developed a black hole-sized catcher's mitt. This ginormous thing, measuring 42 inches in circumference, was known as Big Bertha, or the elephant, for its massive size. It was swiftly outlawed as well.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Brewers Radio Network.
On to the 5th, and the Brewers trying to make some inroads, trailing by 5 again, 6-1. Walker Buehler back to work, and so is Lane Grindle.
Yeah, you're in the middle innings. It's not late yet, but you need to start chipping away if you're the Crew. First pitch to David Hamilton is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. And a guy on the mound in Walker Buehler who's been gettable for most of the season. So the Brewers hoping there's a big inning in them here over the next couple of innings. Pitch missed inside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Padres would probably like to stick with Buehler deep into this game if they could too, after using their bullpen last night a little bit. Here's the 1-1 to Hamilton, and a check swing on a strike with a cut fastball. It's 1-2. Hamilton singled, came around and scored the only run of this game for the Brewers in the top of the 3rd inning. Buehler's 1-2 pitch is a grounder to first base. Played by France. Has a little trouble getting it out of the glove, but flips it to Buehler in time to retire Hamilton for the first out. Had a double clutch as he didn't get it out of the glove cleanly the first time, but he had time still to recover. So 1 away, and here's Ji-hwan Bae. Time for a vibe check. A cooler full of Vizzy Hard Seltzer. That's a big vibe. Vizzy Hard Seltzer, the seltzer that passes the vibe check. First offering to Bae is inside. It's 1-0. Bryce Turang in the on-deck circle. Buehler completing a second time through this Brewers lineup here. Swung on and fouled straight back into the net, and it's 1-1 strike. 6-1 San Diego. They've out-hit the Brewers 8-2. Brewers with work to do here. One out, nobody on here in the top of the fifth. Buehler comes set at the chest in the 1-1 pitch. That's up and away. 2-1 strike. We told you earlier the Brewers and Padres wrap up this series tomorrow afternoon, and the Brewers head to Los Angeles for 4 with the Dodgers, who were winners last night over Kansas City. 2-1 check swing. It's in there for a strike on a sinking fastball at 95, and it's 2-2. And who lead the Royals 1-0 right now at Dodger Stadium. That'll be a 4-game set in LA coming up this weekend. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Struck him out with a changeup, and there's 2 down in the Brewers half of the fifth, and that'll get Bryce Turang to the plate. Brewers dropped 2 of 3 to the Dodgers earlier this season. Back in May at American Family Field. The Brewers, remember, won the Logan Henderson start in game 1, and then the Dodgers came back and won the next 2 to take that series. Turang takes a strike on the outside edge, and it's 0-1. Bryce is 0 for 6 in this series. He came into this series hot, had a very good homestand. And the pitch, a liner but foul down the left field line, and it's 0-2 on Bryce. Came into tonight hitting .333 over his last 13 games. 0-2 pitch. That's high, and it's 1-2. Buehler is at 73 pitches as he works here. And again, we talked about in the pregame show, the recipes to get to the starter. You don't want to face Morahone and Miller at the backside of this bullpen. Right now, you probably wouldn't unless you do some damage. Swung on and fouled back into the net. 1-2 strikes. You at least would like to tighten this game up where they would have to use them if you don't overcome the Padres and take the lead before that. At least force them into this game where they might be down tomorrow afternoon. 1-2 pitch. That's high, and it's 2 strikes. Over 162 games, there's little games within the game that sometimes can have a big impact on things in the subsequent days. 2-2 pitch. Down low, and the count is full. 3 strikes. And that would be something for the Brewers that could be a mini goal right now. Try to cut into this deficit and make the Padres utilize the A side of their bullpen as this game gets late. 3-2 pitch is a check swing on a strike anyway for a called 3rd strike. The sinker got the very bottom of the zone. Turang is out, and the Brewers go down in order in the top of the 5th.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
What is it that kind of got you hooked as a foodie, so to speak?
My dad was really into food when I was a kid. He traveled for work, and he would go to places all over Europe and stuff. He was in sales, and I feel like he would come home and try and cook the things he ate overseas. And so as a kid, I was exposed to a lot of like stuff that kids aren't usually exposed to, and so I credit my dad for that.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grid, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
20 WTMJ.
We go to the bottom of the fifth inning. Padres with a 6-1 lead. And it'll be Jackson Merrill to lead things off for the Padres. Merrill, Hayes, Camposano to come to the plate for San Diego against Kyle Harrison, who's still out there. He's at 69 pitches. This could be it for Kyle, potentially here tonight. First offering to Jackson Merrill. Misses down and away with a sinker at 91. And it's 1-0. Brewers have some bodies moving around down in that bullpen, but nobody is throwing. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That's down and away. 2 balls and no strikes on Merrill. Merrill tonight 1 for 2. Had a single that started up that second inning that was the big inning in this one. A 5-run second inning for San Diego. Pitch missed inside. It's going to be challenged by Contreras.
Catcher is challenging and call a ball.
And this is going to be very, very close. I'm not sure. Oh, just missed.
Calls confirmed. Milwaukee has 1 challenge remaining.
I mean, that is very, very, very close. 1/10 of an inch, just missed. And it's 3 balls and no strikes on Jackson Merrill. Harrison out of the windup. The pitch is right through there for a strike, and it's 3-1. Six runs on 8 hits for the Padres. 5 of those 8 hits all came in that 5-run second. The pitch that caught the outside edge with a sinker at 93. And Harrison, after falling behind 3-0, has battled back, and now the count is full at 3-2 on Merrill. Harrison with a long look in. And now the 3-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled straight back. A fastball at 95. And Merrill got a piece of it. It was in the zone near the top of the strike zone on the inner part of the plate. The pitch chopped foul at the plate by Merrill. Kicks out towards Harrison. And again, it stays 3-2. The big swing in this one from Luis Rengifo. You would have loved to hear that phrase a couple of months ago, but you don't enjoy it in August when he's a member of the Padres. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Climbed the ladder with a fastball at 93. And just the 3rd strikeout of the night for Kyle Harrison. Ortho ASAP strikeout. Don't strike out. Get back to the active lifestyle you want at Ortho ASAP. See a specialist today at orthowisconsin.com. So one away for Austin Hayes, who is 1 for 2. A single and a ground out. Harrison's first pitch missed up and away, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Well, the push for the postseason is here. It's time for the best to step forward. Luckily, if you've got Pine River award-winning cheese spreads, Usinger's famous sausage, and Cedar Crest, Wisconsin's hometown ice cream, your rotation is set. There's a strike on a slurve that landed right down the middle. It's 1-1. Yeah, Usinger's, Pine River, and Cedar Crest. 1-1 slurve. That one missed outside, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. It's the 3 aces right there when you're putting your rotation together of Wisconsin originals. Here's the 2-1. And a liner into left. That's going to get down for a base hit. Could be extra bases. Over there to cut it off is Churio. Big turn by Hayes. Then he puts on the brakes, and he's content with a long single. He's aboard with 1 out now for Camposano. And before he hits, 10 for ID on the Brewers Radio Network. 6-1 Padres here. In the bottom of the 5th inning, a runner at first and one away. The pitch missed inside, and it's 1-0 to Luis Campusano, who is 0 for 1. Reached on a fielder's choice back in the 2nd inning, walked in the 3rd. Harrison's 1-0 pitch is a fly ball to left, deep. Churio's back at the track. It is gone. That is the 3rd home run of this game, hitting off Kyle Harrison. It is a 2-run shot, and it is 8-1 San Diego. Campusano hits his 5th home run of the season, and it has not been Kyle's night. He's had some tough luck behind him in that 2nd inning specifically, but some loud contact here these last couple of innings. That was a sinker, 93. Outer half, probably about knee high. And Campusano sent it out. This Padres lineup, they don't miss mistakes right now. First pitch to Xander Bogaerts is down and in with a slurve, and it's 1-0. Bryce Wilson starting to play catch in the Brewers bullpen. 8 runs on 10 hits now for the Padres. Slurve got the inside corner. It's 1-1.
Batter is challenging the call strike.
So Bogaerts is challenging this one. And it's a ball.
Calls overturned. San Diego has 2 challenges remaining.
So it goes to 2 balls and no strikes on Bogaerts. That's a pretty big miss by Malachi Moore behind the plate. Challenge is brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. 2-0. That miss down and in with a fastball. 3 balls and no strikes now on Bogaerts. Just 1 out in the inning. 2 already in. Padres have a grand slam from Luis Rengifo tonight. Pitch is a strike on the outside edge, and it's 3-1. They have a solo home run from Tatis, and they have a 2-run home run from Campusano. 3-1. That is high. He walked him. Bogaerts will reach, and that'll get Jake Cronenworth to the plate. Chris Hook is going to go out and chat with Kyle Harrison here. It's a Potawatomi Sportsbook trip to the mound. Wall-to-wall screens, elite dining, and over 95 kiosks. It's a fan's dream. Potawatomi Sportsbook. Become a legend. It's been a tough night for Kyle Harrison, and it's getting close to the end. He's at 88 pitches. Let's see if Chris Hook is out there just to buy a little bit more time for Bryce Wilson to try and get himself ready to go here. You do have the left-hander in Cronenworth up, so you could let Harrison face Cronenworth, and then when it gets to the top of the order, go to Wilson. So Malachi Moore having a conversation with William Contreras as he escorts him back behind home plate. And now Pat Murphy is making his way up the steps and looks out to Kyle Harrison to try to get one more out here. Get a ground ball. You can get yourself through the 5th if you're Kyle. Cronenworth. Here's the first pitch to Cronenworth. Missed inside. It's 1-0. Fastball at 93. Missed inside. Harrison's 1-0 pitch. Hit off the end of the bat. Off the mound and fielding it is Harrison. Turns and throws to first in time to record the 2nd out of the inning. On the play, Bogaerts goes to 2nd. And there's 2 down for Fernando Tatis Jr. And Pat Murphy now making his way up the steps and going out to take the baseball from Kyle Harrison here. So Harrison will go 4 2/3 tonight. Give up at least 8. He's responsible for the runner Bogaerts at second base as Bryce Wilson comes into this contest. It is a pitching change brought to you by Ironworkers Local 8. Looking for a change in your career? The sky's the limit with Ironworkers Local 8. Visit IWL8.org. That's IWL8.org. 8-1.
Yogi Berra was an 18-time All-Star and 10-time World Series champion.
This is the only perfect game in World Series history. You ask him about it, and he would say, it ain't been done before, and it ain't been done since.
David Wells was perfect on May 17th, 1998, Beanie Baby Day.
It's not the pitcher that's calling the game, it's the catcher calling what pitch to throw.
Home plate is 17 inches wide, and so he said, well, if it's more than an inch, and it was a lot more than an inch, then it's an illegal bat.
Well, he is where he's out. Yes, sir. He is out. Look at this. Keep it down a little, will you, please?
Okay, Yogi.
Casey Stengel and the other touring ball players met the King of England.
Of course, with my English, we had a little trouble understanding each other.
As Yogi said, when you come to a fork in the road, take it.
Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
It is 8-1 San Diego here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Runner at second and 2 outs. Top of the order now for the Padres. Fernando Tatis Jr. They've had a big offensive night here tonight against Kyle Harrison. He is still responsible for the runner at second base in Bogarts. Bryce Wilson's first pitch to Tatis is a strike at the knees, and it's 0-1. Wilson back with the Brewers. This is technically his third stint with Milwaukee. The 0-1 pitch, fouled back, and it's 0-2, but it's like he never left. He was DFA'd a handful of days ago, cleared, was outrighted, elected free agency, and then within 24 hours re-signed with the Brewers. Here's a ground ball to short. Couple of hops out to Terang, fields it near the bag at second, throws to first in time, and retires Fernando Tatis Jr. Inning is over. Padres get 2 more on the 2-run home run from Luis Camposano.
You know what happened in 2014.
A World Series win for the San Francisco Giants.
Look at how clean that is. The gold, I don't know if you guys know what the gold means, but the gold means you are the World Series champions from the year before. But it's the honor of a lifetime, getting to win back-to-back World Series championships with 2 different teams.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the ultimate mystery player challenge, and Immaculate Grid, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play, only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Express.com. Tsunami Express Car Wash, the official car wash of the Milwaukee Brewers.
You're out of there, leaky store brands. When all else fails, try North Shore Adult Diapers for even the heaviest control problems. Visit NorthShore.com.
Well, 6th inning is the Woodman's Food Market's home run inning. Our contestant is Charles Lawson from South Milwaukee. Charles will win a gift card jackpot of $300 if a member of the crew hits a home run this inning, and $100 will be added to the total for each additional home run this half. Visit any participating Woodman's store to enter. Service and savings, that's Woodman's. Visit WTMJ.com for official contest rules and details. Brandon Lockridge is going to hit for Jackson Churio here in the 6th inning. Former Padre swings on the pitch from Walker Buehler and fouls it straight back into the net. And it's 0-1. So Jackson's night is over. Buehler's pitch missed inside, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Lockridge, then Mitchell, and then Jake Bauers, all scheduled to hit here in this top of the 6th inning. Lockridge, a line drive back up the middle into center field. It's a base hit. Well, there you go. Brewers need base runners, and they need a lot of them. Get the leadoff man aboard here in the 6th. Try to put together a crooked number and see if you can get yourself back into this game. There is still time left, but this one has been trending in the wrong direction for the last 4 innings. Here's Garrett Mitchell. He was 1 for 2 today. Buehler's hit 80 pitches. It's quiet right now in the Padres bullpen. First offering to Garrett, a half swing and a miss and an elevated fastball at 94. And it's 0-1. That one was up and out of the zone. Garrett tried to check and just had committed to the swing already at that point. 0-1. That is high, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Brewers' best chance for a big inning was in the 3rd. The first 2 reached. Looked like maybe they were going to come right back at the Padres after the Padres put a 5 spot up in the bottom of the 2nd. 1-1. That missed inside. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike. And then Buehler did what a veteran pitcher needs to do in that situation. He minimized the damage and gave up just that 1 run. 2-1. That's down and in. 3 balls and 1 strike. And that felt like, even though the Brewers got a run back, because of the 5-run second, they needed multiple runs in that inning. Kind of gave the Padres pretty good control of this one. That pitch missed outside, and they walk Mitchell. So the first 2 have reached. And again, a long way to go here for the Brewers, but a good start to this 6th inning for the crew. Ortho ASAP walk. When pain can't wait, walk right into Ortho ASAP. Same day access to specialists. Start healing faster at orthowisconsin.com. And now we'll get a mound visit as Ruben Niebla is out there to talk things over with Walker Buehler. And we're going to get some action up in that Padres bullpen, it would appear. Trips to the mound brought to you by Potawatomi Sportsbook with wall-to-wall screens, elite dining, and over 95 kiosks. It's a fan's dream. Potawatomi Sportsbook, become a legend. Wandy Peralta, the left-hander, is getting loose for San Diego. So Buehler, who is putting together one of his better starts in a long time for San Diego. You would have to go back to the month of June to find a start like this. He went 5 1/3 and gave up just 1 run against the Dodgers back in late June. He's gone 5+ here, giving up just the 1 run, but Brewers have 2 on and nobody out, and maybe their hottest hitter in Jake Bauers at the plate. Buehler's first pitch misses up and away, and it's 1-0. Bauers hit one to the wall in center back in the 1st inning. Popped up in the 4th inning. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Had a base hit last night. And the pitch. That's in there for a strike on a sinking fastball at 94. And it's 1-1. If you have any chance to get into this game, this is your window right here. The end of the night for Buehler. Before you get into that real A side of the Padres bullpen. 1-1 is high, 2 balls and 1 strike. And as we talked about earlier, you won't see the A side of the bullpen unless you do damage right here against Buehler. Buehler nearing 90 pitches. 2 balls and 1 strike as that pitch missed high with a fastball. Here's the pitch, a check swing foul back to the net, and it's 2-2. Got a piece of a slider on that check swing. Lockridge led off with a base hit. Then Mitchell worked the walk. Still nobody out here in this top of the 6th inning. Buehler kicks, delivers the 2-2, swing and a miss. He got him with a curveball. Very well executed pitch by Walker Buehler. Curveball down and in below the zone, and Bowers went fishing. Very good curveball. 1 away for William Contreras. Contreras 0 for 1 tonight. He walked in his last at bat against Buehler. Contreras, as we have talked a lot about over the last month, swung on and fouled back into the net. It's 0-1. Has had a very un-William-like 35 games or so. This is a guy that's been on it for the most part since he became a Brewer at the plate. 0-1. Taken low. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. But hitting just 168 over his last 35 games coming into tonight. One. Fouled out of play first base side. And it's 1-2 on Contreras. Yelich in the on-deck circle. There is 1 out. Runners at first and second. Brewers with just 3 hits tonight against Buehler. 0 for 4 tonight with runners in scoring position. Kyle Harrison looking on. 1-2 pitch. And he checked on a slider that missed outside. And the count is even. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Peralta still getting loose in the Padres bullpen. Now William backs out of the box. Climbs back in there. Padres won game 1 last night 3-2. They are in control of game 2 here tonight. 2-2 pitch. And Williams swings on it and fouls that sinker straight back into the net. And stays alive. That was a strike at the very top of the zone. Williams did a good job to at least foul it off and stay alive. Good speed on the base pass for the Brewers right here. Buehler's 2-2. He is a fly ball into right. It is playable. Tatis drifting to his right. Lazily a couple of steps makes the catch. And there's 2 away. So Contreras with a 6-pitch battle, but ends up flying out to right, and it's going to be up to Yelich if the Brewers want to get anything accomplished here in this 6th. First 2 were able to reach for the Crew, but then Bowers struck out, and Contreras is flied out to right. And Buehler at 96 pitches is going to stay in there to face Yelich. This is about as many pitches as he's thrown all season long as Yelich chops it foul. And it's 0-1. He threw 101 in Seattle back on May 16th. That's the only time he's gone over the century mark in pitches thrown. He's potentially going to do that here tonight. 0-1. Yelich, a ground ball to third. Rolls out to Machado. He slings it across in time to take care of Yelich, and Buehler won't get to the century mark. He'll throw 98 here tonight against the Crew. Brewers had the first 2 reach. They strand 2. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's 8-1 San Diego.
1 ball, 1 strike to Ted Williams. And there's a long drive to deep right center. It could be. It could be. It is. Ted Williams has homered in his last time at bat. Williams, rounding the bases, is not tipping his cap. The crowd yelling, still waiting for him. He does not tip his cap.
The first thing people realize is the history of Montgomery, and that history is real. So while that history is in the past, it also helps us move forward in a positive way.
just like a lot of other of the 120 minor league teams, is the baseball is not what we do, right? The Tampa Bay Rays do a phenomenal job of sending amazing athletes here, and we let them handle the baseball, and we handle everything outside the line.
Post-game snack, there's an app for that. Download the new George Webb app and place your order for pickup on your way home. Available on the App Store or Google Play. It's an 8-1 Padres lead as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. And Bryce Wilson's first pitch is a swing and a miss from Luis Rengifo. It's 0-1. Wilson brings home the pitch. That's fouled out of play down the left field line. And it's quickly 0-2 on Rengifo. Hitting from the left side against the righty Wilson. Rengifo has the biggest swing of the night. It was the grand slam back in the 2nd inning, the first of his career. And he lifts one in the air here, shallow left, long run in for Lockridge. He's going to get there though and make the catch, calling off Terang in the process. And there's one away for Manny Machado. Harrison goes 4 2/3 tonight. 10 hits, 8 runs for Kyle Harrison. Just did not have his ace stuff tonight. 3 walks, 3 strikeouts for Harrison. Wilson came on and got the final out as Machado grounds one back up the middle and into center field for a base hit. Wilson got the final out of the 5th inning, getting Tatis to ground out. And now has a man aboard with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. And Ty France will be the batter. France 0 for 3 tonight. What a season he's putting together for these Padres, huh?
This France has been better than the French team at the World Cup.
Did they not do very well?
I think they came short of expectation.
Pitch is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Were they expected to do really well?
They were the favorites.
Okay.
Yeah. Mbappe.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of him. 1 ball and no strikes on France. Here's the pitch. Ground ball behind the bag at third. Backhanded by Hamilton and then off of his mitt and rolls into foul territory. It'll be a base hit for Ty France. So now 1st and 2nd and 1 away. And Jackson Merrill will be the batter for the Padres. Merrill 1 for 3 in the game here tonight. He homered last night. He is one of the most dangerous hitters in the National League right now. Wilson trying to work around a little bit of 1-out trouble here in the bottom of the 6th. Here's the pitch. Missed down and away. 1 ball and no strikes.
I think I know the answer to this, but have you ever been to France?
I've never been to Europe.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Me neither. I've never been to France.
I've never been across the pond. 45 years old. Never have. 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. And it's 1-1 on Merrill. Have you been? You've been over to Europe, though.
Yeah, I crossed the pond and went to England.
Okay.
But never made it across the English Channel to France.
No, I've been to Canada many times. I've been to Mexico, Bahamas, Jamaica. That's it. 1-1. Missed up and away. 2 balls and 1 strike, I think. I think the longest flight I've ever been on was Dallas to Maui.
Wow.
Well, I mean,
that's a long flight.
I think that was like an 8-hour flight. It was lengthy. 2 balls and 1 strike. The pitch. That is a strike at the letters. It's 2-2.
Maybe we got to take a postseason radio team, trip.
Yeah, we were talking about France and the World Cup there. I think people can probably tell. I don't know much about soccer. Pitch is down and away. 3 balls and 2 strikes. I would love to go to Europe and go see soccer matches. Football, I guess I should say what it would be over there. It would be football, right? I think that would be a phenomenal experience. 3-2 pitch is lined into right. That's a base hit for Jackson Merrill. It's going to roll all the way to the wall. He's going to be running for a while. Machado's around third. He will score. France is going to be held at third. And Merrill motors into second with an RBI double. Add another one on the board for the Padres. They lead it 9-1. And Merrill with 2 hits tonight. He is as hot as about any hitter in the game right now. And the Brewers are seeing it firsthand. And he's just a guy that if you make a mistake to him right now, he is going to make you pay. And you think about the changeup that Henderson left up to him last night in the 7th inning that he hit out to center. That was a cutter. It was middle. And Merrill is going to do damage with those pitches right now. Here's a ground ball off the bat of Austin Hayes. Hamilton fields it, throws across to first in time to take care of Hayes. Down the line and scoring is France, and it's 10-1 San Diego. RBI ground out for Hayes. 2 away now. But another inning with multiple runs across for San Diego. They have just kept pouring on in this game here tonight. And here's Luis Camposano. Wilson out of the stretch. Brings home the pitch, and that missed up and in. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Camposano, the 2-run home run back in the 5th inning. Wilson brings home the first pitch. I should say the second pitch. That's in there for a strike, and it's 1-1. This is a big prospect for the Padres a couple of years ago. At one point, they had Camposano on the verge of coming up. 1-1. And that's a sinker in there for a strike. It's 1-2. And had the youngster at that time, I think 17-year-old Ethan Salas, who's now in AAA for the Padres. Still very young player. 1-2 is a liner. Diving attempt by Terang. Trickles off his glove and into left field. Around third is Merrill. Here's the throw home. It sails all the way back to the backstop. Merrill will score. And ending up at second base is Camposano. It'll be an RBI single. He goes to second on the throw. And 3 across for the Padres here in the bottom of the 6th. It is 11-1 San Diego. This has been a night to forget for the crew. They had that tough day in San Francisco on the last road trip. This one kind of feeling a lot like that one right now, as San Diego just keeps adding on and adding on as this game goes forward. Xander Bogaerts steps in there in the first pitch. He's in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Wilson, after retiring the first batter, it's been tough sledding the rest of the way in this inning. Misses down and away with a curveball. 1 ball and 1 strike here on Xander Bogaerts. They will charge Lockridge with a throwing error that allows Camposano to get to second base. Pitch is down and away. 2 balls and 1 strike. So it is an RBI single. That part was never in question, but he will get to second on an error, not just on the throw. So an E7 charge to Lockridge. 2-1 is ground ball, sharply hit but foul at the third baseline. It's 2-2 on Bogaerts. He is the 7th batter of the inning. This is the 2nd time in this game that they've sent at least 7 to the plate. It has been a tough night for Brewers pitching. Two-two pitch and a half swing and a miss. Bogaerts strikes out and the inning is over. We go to the 7th inning here in San Diego. It's 11-1 Padres on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the ultimate mystery player challenge, and Immaculate Grid, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Line drive, caught by a leaping Stotts.
Oh, look at him! It's magical!
Here comes Young, in with the slide. He takes up some turf, but he makes the play.
Been a hot smash to Castro. Good backhand play.
Good start. Rounded right side. Nunez throws to second. Abrams holds the bag. And the Nats get the lead runner.
Oh, Ramirez at third. What a play.
On the run, and it's his night.
And it's going to be Walker over the shoulder. Strauss going to try to score. The throw's a good one. Wow. A play by Christian Walker.
With a catch by Palacios.
At the wall, and he's got it.
Waldy reaches out and got it.
Diving stab, Nicky Lopez. To it. Mesa jumps up, and he's got it.
We're moving back at the track and at the wall. Makes a leaping catch. A nice play by Kepler.
San Diego as we head to the 7th inning. Wandy Peralta takes over on the mound for the Padres. Gavin Sheets is into this game in right field and into this game on the microphone for a second time tonight. Here's Josh Mauer.
Thank you very much. Jace Bowen also takes over in center field for the Padres. Sungmoon Song comes in to replace Manny Machado at third base. So Jackson Merrill's out, Machado's out, and Tatis is out. Now the only question is, did Craig Stammen, their manager, make straight switches? It's like a spring training game. We might have to wait to see who comes up.
It's funny, during spring training, we decide whether or not we like managers based upon that. No other qualities are considered.
So Song is at third. Sheets is in right. And Bowen is in center, and the pitcher is the veteran lefty Wandy Peralta. And batting is Luis Lara, and it's a 1-1 count as he lashes a foul first base side into the netting.
Yeah, if the manager makes straight switches in spring training, he's a good guy. If he doesn't, thumbs down. That's all we judge them by.
Here, here. 1-1 coming. Lara takes just a little bit low from Wandy Peralta. It's a North Shore adult diaper pitching change after 6 terrific innings from the starter Walker Buehler. 98 pitches, only 3 hits, and 1 run permitted. The 2-1. Fly to center, and Jace Bowen is right there. Hardly has to move. Maybe a step to his left. Reaches up and snags out number 1 for Peralta. Lara's nothing for 3. Was hit hard. Buehler in line for the win. Anybody? Buehler? That would be his 7th. That was my best Ben Stein.
It was your best, but not the best.
And now David Hamilton, soft line drive towards short and caught by Xander Bogaerts. Going to his right to the backhand side and caught the humpbacker. Did Xander on Hamilton. That's 2 outs.
Appreciated the effort, though.
All I'm looking for is a C. I'm going for average.
That was borderline C.
Okay.
I would feel harsh giving it a D, so maybe I'll give you the C. But it's definitely not a B.
I'll take it. Well, Andrew Vaughn's going to pinch hit for Ji-Hwan Bae. You wonder, would that mean that Andrew could pitch an inning later on? If they need a position player to go to the mound. Remember, he did it in that aforementioned San Francisco game a couple of weeks ago. So Bae went 0 for 1, was hit by a pitch. Vaughn comes up, 2 out, nobody on. 11-1 Padres in the 7th, and Peralta misses up and away. Just talking about our friends at North Shore Adult Diaper. Sometimes you need a change. Sometimes you don't expect even that you needed a change, but there it came. And when you do, visit northshore.com. Ground ball towards first and fair. It had some side spin, but just spun over the bag and down off the sidewall. Down the right field line for Vaughn. Picked up by the new right fielder Sheets. And he'll just lob it in. It's a double. The wrong way for Andrew Vaughn as a pinch hitter. Like he hit that with a pool stick. Minnesota Fats would have been proud of that shot. Spun it over the bag.
Is that a pool player?
Famously.
Didn't make its way to me, apparently.
And now Bryce Terang takes a letter high strike from Wandy Peralta. All right, adding to the list. France. I mean, Europe. No. Minnesota
Europe
Fats,
in general.
no.
I've never been there.
Terang is 0 for 3. The pitch is fouled back. Good cut. He had a 95-mile-an-hour sinker, but hit into the screen, and it's 0-2.
Closest I've been to Europe is Montreal. Because you feel kind of like you're in Europe when you're in Montreal.
I assume, right. When I've been to Montreal, I feel like I could be in the streets of Paris.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I've never been to Paris, so it's an assumption. The 0-2, up and in.
That's a fair point.
$75 donation to the MAC Fund, courtesy of Andrew Vaughn, the pinch hitter, from West Bend Insurance, the silver lining. 1-2 on Bryce. Runner at second. And the pitch. Down and in. Look out. Has to jackknife to get back out of the way of 96 coming right at his ankles. He did. 2-2. And our driver on the league, presented by Construction Business Group, Wisconsin operating engineers and trusted contractors building Wisconsin together. Tampa Bay's up against the Athletics in Sacramento 9-2 in the 8th. They're trying to win their 8th straight game. The American League best Rays. The 2-2, Terang fouls out of play left side and stays alive against Wandy. If that holds, I told you it'd be 8 wins in a row for Kevin Cash's team, and that would move Tampa to within a half game of the Brewers for the best record in the majors. They are coming fast. 11-1 Padres, and the 2-2 in the dirt. Spiked a slider, did Peralta. Campusano blocked it, and we got a full count. Wandy has been a big part of this terrific San Diego bullpen for several years now. This is 53rd outing of this season. Came in 2-2 with a 3.45. Runner at second, Vaughn, and 2 out. Peralta from the belt. 3-2. Line drive to center. Chase Bowen coming on in. Bowen still coming. Slides on his knees and makes the catch. That kind of series thus far. Bryce hit it well, but the new center fielder, Chase Bowen, tracked it down with a backhand. And a double goes for naught. Time to stretch at Petco. It's 11.
Yogi Berra was an 18-time All-Star and 10-time World Series champion.
This is the only perfect game in World Series history. You ask him about it, and he would say, it ain't been done before, and it ain't been done since.
David Wells was perfect on May 17th, 1998. Beanie Baby Day.
It's not the pitcher that's calling the game, it's the catcher calling what pitch to throw.
Home plate is 17 inches wide. And so he said, well, if it's more than an inch, and it was a lot more than an inch, then it's an illegal bat.
Well, he is. He's out. Yes, sir. It is out. Look at this. Keep it down a little, will you, please?
Okay, Yogi.
Casey Stengel and the other touring ball players met the King of England.
Of course, with my English, we had a little trouble understanding each other.
As Yogi said, when you come to a fork in the road, take it. Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
Cook Tire. For the best deals on tires and all your service needs, visit PumpsTire.com.
American Family Insurance is always a great call. That's because their agents are always there to protect your dreams.
Bryce Wilson will continue as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. He's already gotten 4 outs. It is 11-1 Padres. Jake Cronenworth greets him and takes a strike. 92 on the low inside corner. Andrew Vaughn stayed in the game. He had pinch hit for the second baseman. He's playing third. On the windup, the 0-1. Cronenworth grounds it to second base. And over there now is Bryce Terang, his normal spot. Then he fields and throws out Cronenworth. One second baseman retires the other to begin the home 7th. Bryce moved back from shortstop to second. And David Hamilton moved from third to short, with Vaughn staying in at third base. It's amazing what some injuries can do. It's kind of really tested the mettle of the Brewers' infield defense these last few days. Kevin Sheets takes ball 1. Hey, thus far a straight swap for Craig Stammen. This is one of the guys who came in at the top of the inning. Sheets batting in the leadoff spot. Replaced Fernando Tatis, takes a strike. It's 1-1. But you think about after Saturday's game, all of a sudden we find out that both Joey Ortiz and Cooper Pratt got injured at the same time. And boy, that's precipitated a lot of change. Sheets takes up and away from Wilson, and it's 2-1.
Yeah, I mean, your options are Terang at shortstop, which he's perfectly capable of, and Bay at second. Or you have to maybe go Vaughn at third and Hamilton at short.
Sheets pops it foul into the seats, third base side, 2-2.
It's just not ideal. It's not the way you would draw it up if you're the Brewers. Just trying to get through this stretch. Hopefully Joey's going to be available soon.
Pat Murphy seemed to think so.
Yeah.
Line drive into deep left center. Garrett Mitchell back on the run, reaches out, makes the catch. On the warning track, sprinting back into his right. What a play by G. Mitch. 2 out. As Sheets had extra bases on his mind with that barrel, but Garrett Mitchell makes a heck of a catch. And so there are 2 outs. 7th inning stretch sponsored by IslandResortGolf.com. Escape to the Island Resort and Casino where championship golf, relaxing spa treatments, great dining, and casino excitement create the perfect summer getaway. Now Luis Rengifo looks at a strike. You know, here's an observation, Lane. Garrett Mitchell's defense the last month or so is the best that I think I've ever seen it.
Totally agree.
Rengifo has the grand slam. He's 1 for 4, and he takes a ball, and so it's 1-1.
I think his defense has gotten better. His first step is better. His aggressiveness near the wall has gotten better. His reads have gotten better.
The 1-1. Rengifo hits late and foul. Past third, 1-2.
I also think, look, he's always been elite on the base paths from a speed standpoint. Now, there's been some things on the base paths that I think if you were really educated to the point where you're like a base running coach, you would say there's things he could do better on the base paths early in his career.
Line drive base hit. Rengifo shoots one into left center field. Brandon Lockridge goes to get it, bobbles the ball in the gap. Rengifo had made a wide turn anyway, and he'll get to second. I think a double, and that'd be his second extra base knock tonight against his former team. No, they could have given error on Lockridge.
That's the wrong decision by the official score. He'd already turned first. He was going second.
So that's the second error that Lockridge has been charged with in as many innings.
That probably should just be a straight double in my opinion.
So runner at second with 2 out, and Sung Moon Song takes a strike. Yeah, we had all straight switches. All 3 men replaced the man that they came in for in the batting order. Sung Moon Song out of Korea. Some start last night, these Padres, and the 0-1 is fouled out of play. Third base side, 0-2. Song in his first season in the U.S. hitting .209. Brewers had 2 errors in their previous 11 ball games total. Now they've been charged with 2 errors in 2 innings. Go figure. Then the 0-2. Swinging and a miss. Wilson strikes him out to retire the side. Gets Song. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Song sung blue. Ortho ASAP.
So all your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the ultimate mystery player challenge, and Immaculate Grid, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
Dirt can popped up.
Dirt can may have popped up.
I'm just trying to watch the game. This is an obstructed view seat now.
Leone Taveras dropped the ball. Can you believe it?
And Sal jumped in, foul ball.
That's like a stage dive at a concert.
Saya's ready. I think that's Clark's hat. That's not going to work, Saya.
Welcome to Detroit, where it's just anarchy here tonight. We got all sorts of stuff going on.
Premium, ready-to-drink cocktails.
0 carbs, 0 sugar, 0 gluten.
At the ballpark or your local grocery store. Carbless.
Less is more.
Griffin Canning in a North Shore adult diaper pitching change for even the heaviest control problems. You can visit NorthShore.com. He's the third pitcher of the night for the Friars. We go to the 8th. San Diego an 11-1 lead, and to take us home, here's Lane.
All right, thank you, Josh. Lockridge will lead things off against Griffin Canning. First pitch. He's in there for a strike on a sinking fastball at 94, and it's 0-1. Lockridge, then Mitchell, and then Bowers for the Brewers. One pitch to Lockridge is a chopper back up the middle, backhanded by Cronenworth. Behind the bag at second, one hops it to first, and he got Lockridge. That is a really nice play by Jake Cronenworth. One away here in the top of the 8th inning. Was not hit overly. It was hit very hard, actually, up the middle. Excuse me. But it took such a big hop that slowed it down as it was making its way back up the middle. But Cronenworth, that's a tough throw. Your body is taking you out to left. Had to throw it across his body. Really had no choice but to one hop it in there, and he did it accurately. Here's Garrett Mitchell. First pitch to Garrett is hit foul and out of play down the left field line. It's 0-1. Want to finish that conversation on Garrett Mitchell. We were praising his defense, and I started to talk about what he's looked like on the bases. I think there's a different level of burst even on the bases right now from Garrett. We've seen him make a lot of plays at first close or beat him out on what would be routine ground balls in the last couple of weeks. Pitch misses up and in with a fastball. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's another guy for the Brewers offense. They would like to get him going. Swing and a miss. And it's 1-2. He has been a guy that has at times carried this Brewers offense, but he is in a prolonged slump. He has reached base twice tonight. That's a good sign. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Garrett down on strikes. Fastball at 95 at the top of the strike zone. Mitchell is a strikeout victim, and there's 2 away. Today's 8th inning being brought to you by the Wisconsin Laborers District Council and the over 900 signatory contractor partners who are building Wisconsin's infrastructure. Learn more at liunawisconsin.org. That's liunawisconsin.org, and feel the power. Pitch to Bowers, missed outside. It's 1-0. So Peralta got the 7th. Canning getting the 8th inning for these Padres. And the pitch. That missed low, but they're going to challenge it.
Catcher is challenging the call of ball.
And that actually missed inside is where it missed. It was towards the bottom of the zone. It would have been in the strike zone, but it was in.
Calls confirmed. San Diego has 1 challenge remaining.
So it is confirmed. Challenge is brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. It's 2 balls and no strikes on Jake Bauers. Bauers 0 for 3 tonight. Canning, the right-handed pitcher, brings home the pitch and a swing and a miss. He went after a changeup down and away. And it's 2-1. Quiet in the Brewers bullpen. I think the question now is, will we see Bryce Wilson in the bottom of the 8th, or will the Brewers go with a position player in the bottom of the 8th? Certainly that is in play here for the Brewers. The pitch. That missed low. It goes to 3-1. Brewers will send Dustin May to the mound tomorrow. It'll be Robbie Ray. A couple of trade deadline acquisitions for both teams. Squaring off tomorrow afternoon here at Petco. The pitch, a pop-up left side, foul territory. Song giving it a look. It'll find the seats and get out of play about 5 rows deep. 3 balls and 2 strikes the count here on Jake Bauers. Brewers led most of the way last night, but it was Jackson Merrill with the big swing in the 7th inning that flipped that game. This one's been the Padres' game since the 2nd inning. 3-2 pitch is popped up and foul and out of play, third base side. Stays at 3-2 on Bauers. Brewers have had plenty of time to process this one. Now they will, barring an incredible comeback of historic proportions, the Brewers will turn their attention on trying to salvage a game out of this series and get ready for a big 4-game set with the Dodgers at Dodger Stadium coming up this weekend. 3-2 pitch is low, and Bauers will work the walk. So a 2-out walk. Ortho ASAP walk, and that'll get William Contreras to the plate. Leinenkugel's Summer Shandy is a refreshing Weiss beer with natural lemonade flavor. Leinenkugel's, flavor the moment. First offering to Contreras is a strike. Bauers takes off on indifference and gets to second base. He is there with 2 outs now. Canning's 0-1 up and in. That buzzed the tower of Contreras, whose helmet flies off as he does the matrix back and out of the way of that sinker at 94. 1 ball and 1 strike the count here on William.
It was a long time ago, 3 months, but the last time the Brewers played the Padres, Canning was the starting pitcher in that rubber match, and he could not get through the 2nd inning.
That's right.
Brewers beat him up, so to speak.
1-1. This is a liner out to right, but in the tracks of Sheets. Goes back 2 steps and to his right to make the catch, and the inning is over. Brewers got a 2-out walk from Bauers. That was it. They strand a runner in the top of the 8th. We go to the bottom of 8. It is
Dupont reaching up and making the catch right in front of the 408 marker to keep us scoreless.
Corbin Carroll all the way to the wall, and he's got it. Wow, what a catch. Oh my goodness, that might be the catch of the year in 26.
Long run for Bench towards the line. He slides, goes crashing into the wall, and he made the catch. It bounces to the wall. Tavares gets to third. He's being waved home. Relay to the plate. Tavares out.
That was beautifully done by both Nimmo and Lopez on the relay.
Shallow right field. Who's going to get it? What a play by Garcia.
Trying to navigate the space, leaning over and almost falling over. But bottom line, he made the catch and he gets back upright. Center field, diving attempt, and it's caught. Brenton Doyle, the Gold Glover, with a great catch.
A screamer, but Casey slides, and he makes the catch on the backhand.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Now, representing the organization, Jim Leland and A.J. Hinch are presenting Miggy with a customized set of cleats made by renowned artist Marco Terzo, made from several significant baseballs from Miguel's career. The cleats are presented on a base representing the time he spent at both third and first base in his career.
Podcasts.
Well, we go to the bottom of the 8th inning, and Gary Sanchez is going to take over on the mound for the Brewers. His second career pitching appearance. Made one last year for Baltimore against Cincinnati in a 24-2 loss. I remember that game. He threw an inning, gave up 2 hits, 4 runs, gave up a home run against the Reds. And he is going to face the Padres here in the bottom of the 8th inning. It's an 11-1 San Diego lead. Again, the second career appearance for Gary Sanchez. Ty France to lead off against him, and Gary lobs one in there. It almost hits him. And it's 1-0. The pitch. That's a little bit high. 2 balls and no strikes. A 38.5-mile slider. It's not a slider, folks. Swung on and fouled back. And into the net. It is 2 balls and 1 strike. Here's the 2-1. And that just missed outside. Threw that one at 73 miles an hour. Didn't miss by much. 3-1 pitch is lined through the left side and into left field. It's a base hit for Ty France. And Gary, talk about changing speeds. He's gone anywhere from upper 30s to lower 70s. And you know, we joke, but I think if you're a position player, that's probably the best way to get guys out. You throw the lob ball, as I would say, just kind of lob it in there, get him off balance. Here's a ground ball to third. Vaughn up with it. He's going to throw to first and take care of Jace Bowen, who was the hitter for the first out of the inning. And France goes to second on the play. And that'll get Austin Hayes to the plate. And a swing and a miss, and Austin Hayes almost threw his bat out on that swing, and he got William Contreras on the backswing. I mean, he took a massive cut, and he hit William Contreras on the left forearm. And Contreras says he's okay. You can see how upset Austin Hayes is that happened. He didn't mean to do it. And he turned around immediately and tried to check on Contreras, who's still holding that left arm. Pat Murphy comes out and lets Austin Hayes know, you're all right. This is, unfortunately, in these games, this is kind of these goofy situations where you lose the plot a little bit, right? But Contreras is saying that he's fine. I mean, he took a massive hack, and he just got him with the tip of the bat on that left forearm on the backswing. It certainly didn't feel good for William. 0-1 is down and away with a 82-mile-an-hour fastball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Missed down and away, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike.
That might be a major league record for the biggest variance in velocity from one pitch to the next.
Here's the pitch, and lined right into the glove of Vaughn at third, who makes the catch, and there's 2 away.
He went from about 80 to about 30.
Yeah. Again, changing speeds. For a second there, he was worried that Contreras couldn't keep catching, and he was going to have to go from pitcher to catcher in the middle of the bat. Pitch missed low. 1 ball and no strikes. Think about that. I suppose that's what the Brewers would do, right? Pitch is in there for a strike. It's 1-1. If Contreras couldn't continue, you're not going to put a position player back there off your bench. You're going to have Gary go put the gear on and have somebody else go out and pitch. Pitch caught the inside corner. 47 miles an hour. 1 ball and 2 strikes here on Luis Camposano. And a ground ball left side. That's going to get into left field for a base hit. They're going to hold the runner at third. That was nice and sportsmanlike by the Padres. Ty France will stop at third. Campusano, a base hit. That was an 88-mile-an-hour fastball from Gary Sanchez that probably did Campusano a favor by throwing that, honestly. Probably got him on time. Here's Xander Bogaerts. Runners on the corners and 2 outs. First pitch is in there for a strike. And it's 0-1. And the pitch. Missed somewhere with that one. I think he missed low with some sort of off-speed breaking ball. That one should have been a strike. And now this one's fouled out of play. Threw that one at 80, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. That pitch before should have been a strike. But you can't challenge when a position player's pitching. 1-2 went behind the back of Xander Bogaerts with a 51-mile-an-hour pitch. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count here. Gary brings home the pitch and a ground ball back up the middle. Terang's right there. Scoops it out of the dirt, runs to the bag at second, and Gary Sanchez hangs a 0 on the scoreboard in the 8th inning. And he tells Bryce Terang, I want that baseball. Give that to me. A scoreless 8th for Gary Sanchez.
I feel like food and sharing a meal with someone is a universal language. You can't go to a ballpark and not have a nice hot dog. So if I'm at the ballpark, I'm gonna get a nice heavy glizzy. You gotta have chili on there, you gotta have cheese. If your hot dog isn't bending in the middle because it's like about to fall apart, then you're not doing it right. So you gotta have a glizzy and then something cold, whatever it is, beer, lemonade. You gotta have something cold to wash that hot dog down with.
Well hit to right center. Michaels on the run, turns his back to the infield and bobbled it and then kicked it up into the stands for a home run. He bobbled it and flipped it into the stands.
You can see total desolation there after he realizes what he did. Oh no.
Unbelievable.
Geloff reinstated from the 10-day injured list.
Geloff drives it left center field. It has been quite some time since we've had a Geloff shot, but boy does it feel good. Welcome back, Zach Geloff. The A's lead 3-1. His 12th of the year, his 30th RBI.
Tremendous shot to left center, 456 feet.
And Zach Geloff said, "Get off me, ball."
All season long, this is the Brewers Radio Network.
Well, we made it to the top of the 9th inning here in San Diego. It's been all Padres here tonight. They lead at 11-1. They have hammered out 17 hits. Gary Sanchez will lead things off, and the first pitch missed inside, and it's 1-0. Canning back out there for a second inning on the mound for the Padres. That was reminiscent of, and I say this in jest, but as Canning brings home the 1-0 pitch and Sanchez takes a strike at the top of the zone. It's 1-1 of Shohei, where Shohei will pitch and then lead off, and he has to walk right over and start putting the batting gloves on. That was what it was like for Gary. Put up a 0 in the bottom of the inning and then had to walk right over and get in the on-deck circle and get ready to lead off the inning at the plate. Pitch is down and away. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Well, that means he's going to hit a home run right here.
Yeah. Canning kicks in, delivers, and a swing and a miss. He was trying to. It is 2-2. Brewers have just 4 hits tonight. Their last one, a double from Andrew Vaughn back in the 7th inning. It's been a tough night at the ballpark for the Crew. They'll try to put it behind them and salvage a game tomorrow afternoon against these Padres. 2-2 pitch. Gary flips one foul and out of play down the right field line. And it'll stay at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Camping, cookouts, and family get-togethers. They're in full swing all across the great state of Wisconsin. 2-2 to Sanchez. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Enjoy them all with the season's favorite food, the Usinger's Bratwurst. Whether your gang prefers brats or hot dogs, Usinger's is the name to look for. We've got the best right here. One away. And here's Luis Lara. First offering to Lara is a liner into center. That's dying quickly. It's going to drop in front of Bowen. And it's a one-out single. And before David Hamilton comes to the plate, 10 for ID on the Brewers Radio Network. With Josh Maurer and Kent Sommerfeld. Lane Grindle with you here tonight from Petco Park in San Diego. It is an 11-1 Padres lead. Canning. First pitch to David Hamilton. A half swing and a miss at a slider down and in. And it's 0-1. And all Padres here tonight. Padres are playing some of the best baseball in the big leagues right now. 0-1. He is a fly ball to left. Playable for Austin Hayes. In and to his right a few steps, makes the catch, and the Brewers are down to their last out. It'll be Dustin May against Robbie Ray. A couple of arms that have spent plenty of time out west. May with all that time with the Dodgers. Robbie Ray, of course, most recently with the Giants. Having a fine season. First offering to Andrew Vaughn is a strike, and it's 0-1. May, first outing for the Brewers. Mission accomplished, if you will. Vaughn 1 for 1 with a double tonight. The pitch, chopped foul at the plate, and it's 0-2. 40,000 plus here in San Diego tonight at Petco Park. They've been treated to a entertaining game if you're a Padres fan. 0-2 pitch. Vaughn took low, and it's 1-2. We knew this stretch was going to be tough road trip. And with the injuries the Brewers are dealing with on the left side of their infield, that just makes things that much harder. 1-2 is down and away, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes on Vaughn. But you still have 5 games left after tonight on this trip, so still a great chance to turn this into a productive road trip for the Brewers. 2-2 to Vaughn. Chopper left side. This is going to be a tough play, and in fact, coming in is Song to feel that he will not even attempt to throw. So it's an infield single for Vaughn, who's 2 for 2 tonight. And that'll get Terang to the plate, who is 0 for 4 so far in this game. He hit it hard in his last at bat, but right at the center fielder Bowen. First and second for the Crew. And now a baseball has come down on the warning track out in right field, so Gavin Sheets will go and retrieve it. First offering. Terang took inside. It's 1-0. Padres jumped out to a 5-0 lead after 2, and they never looked back in this one. Canning, who's thrown 31 pitches in relief so far. The 1-0 pitch, a swing and a miss. Fastball at 96. Terang swung through it, and it's 1-1. Canning's pitch missed low, and it's 2-1.
We're so spoiled, Lane. We just get so few games that go this way.
It's the truth. It just you get maybe 3 or 4 games like this a year. With the way the Brewers play baseball, they play so many tight games. Here's a liner out to right, on the move is Sheets. It's over his head, and it's going to roll all the way onto the warning track. Lara is in. Vaughn will stop at third. It'll be an RBI double for Bryce Terang, his first hit of this series. And the Brewers trail by 9 runs. It's 11-2 San Diego. $75 to the MAC Fund, courtesy of Westman, the silver lining, for the 28th double of the season for Terang. So now second and third, and Lockridge will be the batter for the Crew. Canning brings home the pitch, and it's a tapper out in front of home plate. Camposano sheds the mask, fields, throws to first in time. He gets Lockridge, and this ball game is over. The Padres win it 11-2 here tonight. We'll come back and tell you all about it after this on the Brewers Radio Network.
The stories you're talking about on Wisconsin's Morning News.
What do you do with these protesters who clearly want to be heard? You know, when it comes to protests, you got the real element of people who are sincerely looking forward to trying to figure out what's going on with this situation. And then you have another element out there that just wants to cause trouble. Make sure that the outside investigation is thorough, and make sure that it doesn't take a long time, because as these things go on, they just continue to get worse.
Only here on WTMJ.
Before the holiday season kicks off, make sure your home is ready for game day and every day. Mike Wood here from Callan. You can give your home a fresh new look before friends and family start gathering with quick turnaround times from Callan's painting team. Right now, save up to 20% on your painting project, but don't wait. This offer ends August 31st. Start your journey today.
It was a defensive play so iconic that we simply call it the catch.
This is the glove Willie Mays had when he made that catch.